Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Residents in 10 Mile Bull Bay raise concern over building of Southern Coastal Highway Bridge. ZOSO extended for another 60 days. And later in sports, Reggae Boys know final 3 opponents for 2022 World Cup qualifiers. I'm Giovanni Dennis and here are the details. We start with news just in. Moments ago, there's been yet another deadly crash along the Edward Seaga Highway. Our correspondent Devon Fletcher is currently on the scene and joins us live via telephone with the latest. Devon, can you tell us and paint a picture of what's happening where you are right now?
Okay, good afternoon, Gio and viewers. I am presently, as you mentioned a while ago, on the Edward Seaga Highway. Heading towards Linstead. This incident occurred probably about 10:30 a.m. this morning, where a Nissan Latio motor vehicle with 4 men aboard was heading towards Linstead or Ochi. We are not sure of where they are going. A section of the road where there's no crash bar, the vehicle somehow got out of control, cut apart through a bush, hit down an ackee tree, and where 1 man I see lying on the ground dead, and I understand that 4 other males are presently at the Linstead Hospital in serious condition. Presently now, a wrecker is on location trying to salvage the vehicle from the site. Police and onlookers are here.
How has traffic been impacted, Devon?
And what happened now is what they do, they put some cone in the road, so there is steady flow of vehicle can still traverse, but when you reach a certain section, you have to slow down because cones are in the way. But the police are here, and they're saying despite motorists in the cone, they are still speeding. And based on, I don't know if the picture reaches it, but based on where you can see that motor vehicle, speeding was definitely a factor of this accident.
You said the 3 men who are still alive are in serious condition. Just how serious is their condition?
Well, at this time, I'm still on the scene now. Some officers soon leave the scene and go to the Linstead Hospital, to check on how serious are the 3 persons are in the hospital.
All right, thank you so much, Devon. That's our correspondent, Devon Fletcher, in St. Catherine on the Edward Seaga Highway, where there has been a fatal motor vehicle accident that has left 1 dead and 3 seriously injured in hospital. To other news now, the construction of a bridge, which is part of the Southern Coastal Highway project, is causing anxiety among residents in 10 Miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew. Sandy Williams has their story.
Thank you, Giovanni. This bridge should have been 21 feet deep. As you can see, I'm actually stooping underneath. Now I'm going to step out so I can stand up straight. This is one of the concerns of residents in 10 Miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew.
Now, as a result of some poor mining practices, the river has become silted with mining waste, which has been proven for many years now. It's proven that the waste that is really filling up the Bull Park River is from the Jamaica gypsum mining that is being done in the northern hills. Now, they have been undertaking the cleaning of the silt since 2000. But for the last 5 or so years, they have not done anything.
While residents welcome the Southern Coastal Highway, the construction of the road is creating havoc for residents. The retaining wall for the highway is being constructed in the middle of the Bridletown River, which runs immediately behind Maxie Calvin's home.
All the constructing doing right down there, and even off of the back of the land, they took it off.
I'm suffering right now from the last rain. Panic. I've been panic. I laid down for around 1 month.
We called to the minister. She came. She reached out, and that is the member of parliament, the Honorable Juliet Holness. She reached out to the Caribbean Cement Company. They came, they walked, they looked at it, and said they were going to make some immediate address to the situation. We wrote to them. They have acknowledged receipt of the letters. The minister herself has acknowledged receipt of the letter. The Jamaica Environmental Trust has acknowledged receipt of the letter. But so far, nothing has been done.
It's a developing story. We'll have a comprehensive detail of the residents' plight in 10 miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew in primetime news at 7. Back to you, Giovanni, in studio.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Sandy. In the meantime, residents of Logwood Peace in St. Thomas are fuming over the deplorable state of a gully that devastated that community last year after heavy rainfall. They're calling for a bridge to be constructed to make traversing the area easier. Javon Keys has their story.
This gully will come down here, it's small, but you see after storm come, it get big. Powerful turn big river and no gully again, a river.
This gully is a grim reminder of the devastating flood that left residents of Logwood Peace in St. Thomas marooned last November. 7 months later, it's still an obstacle course, and as June marked the start of the hurricane season, the residents are worried.
The road that we're driving on or walking on or riding on, we need some help because the hurricane season is coming up, and it is that when the rain drizzle, not even as much as fall, the roads are filled with water, overflowing their banks.
Most of the time, if it rain a little bit, tears come to my eyes because guess what? Me remember what we got through last year. So me a beg you now, come do something for we. If you carry the load, it not easy. If you go down and come up in the gully, it not easy.
They say that despite the community being flooded each time it rains, nothing has been done to fix the long-standing issue. The residents are now fed up.
You can see right here, something was done, a makeshift thing was done where, we could just pass for the time being, but the time being is still too long. We need something that is sustainable in this community.
It's always going to be a problem. Unless we have a bridge here. And I beg, whether you come from red or green or right or wrong, we just want something done.
We need help.
We just need help.
Councillor of the Land Dewey Division Edwin Marr provided some good news for the community.
I am pleased to tell you today, and the residents of Logwood Peace, that the resolution and estimate has been concluded and will be sent. This is a copy of the resolution that will be sent next week, Wednesday, to the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development for at least some remedy to be applied to the citizens and the community of Logwood Peace for them to have some redress after so many years.
Javon Keys, TVJ News.
To other news now, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang continued to make a case for the extension of the zones of special operation as a crime-fighting measure. He was speaking in Parliament on Tuesday. Janela Perseus reports.
Those in favour? Those against? The ayes have it.
MPs voted in the affirmative to extend the zones of special operations in Denham Town, Greenwich Town, August Town, and Mount Salem for 60 days. It was hoped by now other aspects of the crime measure would have been far advanced. Many have been anticipating the hold and build strategy, which would see, among other things, the implementation of social intervention programs. But crime continues to be a problem in some of the communities.
What we're seeing of increasing concern is what the gangsters in a part of the area that I'm more familiar to speak of, you get not turf war because they fight turf wars over economic activity. You get what they call geographical war. So if you're from the top of East Street and you're at war with, you're at conflict with someone from south of East Street, then anybody who comes up there, whether a child or innocent school student, they get killed.
Challenges too when suspects are held.
The police arrest one, they get bail in 48 hours. That's what is required by law. There's no evidence yet on the state. Sometimes the police get charged with being corrupt because the other gang believe that the police is in cahoots with the gangsters who have been released. You have to be explaining that it is their right. And then you end up with sometimes retaliation immediately because they feel that since we cannot do anything by law, let us do what we have to do to protect ourselves, which is to get a gun and shoot at the individual who was released on bail.
Member of Parliament for St. Andrews Southern, Mark Golding, knows all too well about the impact of the violence. He wants the government to do more.
Minister, this situation, it's impatient of debate that something more needs to be done to get these hotspots under control as quickly as possible when there are these flare-ups. And whether we do it through a ZOSO or we just deploy the police and with the JDF in support of the police, which the law allows them to be, so that there's some restoration of calm and order in these communities.
Janella Precious, TVJ News.